Welcome to this session on displaying activity type prices in SAP. In this lesson, you'll learn how to view the planned prices assigned to activity types, which are critical for internal cost allocations and production planning. You'll walk through how to access the display screen, enter the required details, and review the standard rates tied to activities like machine usage, labor hours, or technical services. Activity type pricing is an essential part of the SAP Controlling module. It ensures that the work performed by internal departments, whether manufacturing, maintenance, or administration, is accurately costed and properly reflected in financial records. Let's see how this applies in a real-world setting like Pepsi. Imagine a Pepsi bottling plant in Brazil. Production planners need to account for the cost of using high-speed labeling machines. By displaying the activity type for machine hours in SAP, they can confirm the internal price per hour set for that machine. This price is then used to allocate machine usage costs to specific production orders, ensuring that financial statements accurately reflect operational expenses. Meanwhile, maintenance teams in the US use activity types tied to labor hours to cost out repair work for different production lines. And in Europe, finance controllers monitor the planned activity prices across plants to ensure consistent internal charging, helping Pepsi compare operational efficiency between locations. Without clear and accessible activity type pricing, organizations like Pepsi would struggle to allocate costs transparently, plan budgets effectively, or analyze profitability across different plants and business units. Now think about your own operations. Are you confident accessing and reviewing activity type prices? Could better visibility into these rates help you support cost planning, internal reporting, or budgeting activities? Let's get started and explore how SAP provides the information you need to manage activity costing effectively. Let's begin by learning how to display the activity type price in SAP. Activity type prices are critical because they determine how costs are calculated and allocated based on performed activities such as machine hours, labor hours, or other internal services. To start, navigate to the Display Activity Type Price screen from the SAP Easy Access menu. From the SAP Easy Access screen, follow this path. Accounting, Controlling, Cost Center, Accounting, Planning, Activity Output, Prices Display. This navigation path leads you directly to the area where you can view the assigned prices for specific activity types within a cost center. Alternatively, you can use the faster method by entering a transaction code. Simply type KP27 into the command field at the top of the screen and press enter. Transaction code KP27 is the standard SAP shortcut for displaying the planned price of an activity type tied to a cost center. Once the display activity type price planning initial screen appears, you'll be prompted to enter several key values. First, enter the version field. This field specifies the planning version in SAP. For standard planning, you typically enter 0, which refers to the main version used for operational and budgeting purposes. Next, enter the from period and to period fields. These fields define the time frame you want to review, such as periods 1 through 12 to cover the entire fiscal year. Then specify the fiscal year for which you want to display planned prices. Now move to the cost center field and enter the cost center associated with the activity. This ensures that you are reviewing the correct cost structure linked to a specific department or production line. Finally, enter the activity type code. This ties the pricing data directly to a defined internal service, such as machine hours or maintenance hours. Once all required fields are completed, click Enter to proceed. Let's pause briefly to understand the importance of these entries. The version field allows organizations to maintain multiple versions of planning data, such as initial plans, revised plans, or simulations, without overwriting actual operational data. Accurate period and fiscal year selection ensures that you're analyzing pricing data in the right financial window, supporting effective cost control and decision making. Now that you have accessed the display activity type price planning overview screen, let's review the displayed information carefully. Locate the activity type price column. This column shows the standard rate assigned to the selected activity type within the chosen cost center. For example, if the activity type is machine hours, the price shown represents the internal cost charged per machine hour for cost allocations and production costing. This standard rate is essential for accurate internal accounting. It is used to calculate the cost of operations, allocate costs during production runs, and support planning scenarios across departments. By reviewing this data, financial analysts, planners, and production managers can validate that internal service costs are reasonable, budgeted properly, and consistent with operational goals. If needed, you can also compare the displayed price against previous periods or against planned rates in alternative versions to spot inconsistencies or adjust forecasting models. After thoroughly reviewing the necessary details, click the Exit button. This will return you to the SAP EC Access screen, ready for your next task. And that's it. You've now successfully displayed and reviewed the activity type price in SAP, gaining valuable insight into how internal services are costed and managed within your organization. Well done! You've now completed this walkthrough on how to display activity type prices in SAP. You've learned how to access the display screen using transaction KP27, how to input the correct planning versions, periods, cost centers, and activity types, and how to review the standard rates assigned to each internal service. These prices form the basis for internal cost allocations, budget planning, and operational cost control. They ensure that all activities performed within an organization are tracked and costed transparently, supporting better financial management across departments. Let's return to our Pepsi example. Across dozens of plants worldwide, Pepsi depends on accurate internal pricing to ensure that bottling lines, warehouse operations, and maintenance activities are properly accounted for. Whether it's charging machine time to production orders in Mexico, tracking repair costs in Canada, or budgeting maintenance services in the UK, activity type pricing is what keeps Pepsi's internal financial system running smoothly. Now think about your role. Are the activity type prices you work with up to date and correctly aligned with operational costs? Could reviewing these rates more regularly improve your team's budgeting accuracy or internal reporting processes? With this knowledge, you are now better prepared to support accurate, efficient, and transparent cost management through SAP. Keep practicing. Your understanding of SAP controlling is growing stronger with every session.